time traveler, ask me anything. I'll start out by answering some frequently asked questions since I've been through this scenario once already. Feel free to post any questions you may have, and I'll reply for as long as I'm able. What year are you from? 2081. How did you get here? In a time machine. Specifically, a Mark V GWT, gravitational wave tunneler, produced by Herman Arms. How does it work? It's in the name, dummy. The GWT establishes an anchor in time by locking onto specific gravitational wave patterns from celestial events, like neutron star collisions. These waves act as fixed reference points, allowing the user to navigate space-time. By manipulating Higgs field interactions at a quantum level, the GWT reduces the traveler's mass-energy signature to nearly zero. The GWT then oscillates in phase with past or future gravitational wave patterns, effectively resonating with another point in space-time. This resonance enables the machine to shift to the desired temporal coordinate without violating conservation laws. If you are a time traveler, what's next week's lottery numbers? Even if I was partial to memorizing historical lottery numbers, I wouldn't use that knowledge to line your coffers. Why post here, of all places? I'm an avid poster in my home time and felt like checking the culture of the boards in yours. It's very different. Also, because posting here provides this information plausible deniability, should it be spread elsewhere. What's the SHA-256 hash of the exact gravitational wave event your machine locked onto, and which detector logged it? The waveform signature corresponds to a neutron star merger from the mid-21st century. Due to causality constraints, I can't disclose the exact date. When can we expect things to change for the better, if at all? If you mean the West specifically, you can expect spatterings of revolution over the next 40 years, only one being partially successful. Economically, the West is looking better in my time, owing mainly to energy being free and abundant. You can expect such changes to begin in the late 2040s. Do you have to travel naked, like in Terminator? No, I did not have to travel naked. In instances wherein the pilot does not leave the machine, a standardized uniform is issued. This uniform isn't special in its relation to the machine, but is fitted with advancements common of my time. When undertaking trips that require the user to be outside of the machine after entry, time-appropriate attire is issued. Which religion is the real one? As of today, only one trip has been taken to confirm the veracity of religious belief, to witness the parting of the Red Sea. Due to poor historical record, we have been unable to find the exact date and time by which Moses supposedly performed the miracle, despite copious research and observation. Many take this to mean that it never happened, while others persist that it did, but that we have been unable to find the correct date and time. It seems that, at the very least, no one spoke of this miracle during Moses' time. In regards to other religious prophets, attempts to verify them have been halted by religious authorities and countries due to verification being perceived as a blasphemous or sacrilegious act. Could you give me a free ride to the future? No, sorry. What's the space situation in 2081? If you mean exploration, we have a self-sustaining colony on Mars, as well as the Moon. We have one Lagrange point station working at the moment, cooperated internationally, though Russia plans to launch their own in the coming years. I don't have specific numbers on hand, apologies, though it's nothing comparable to the scale of World War II at any given point. Will there be a WW3? The closest we come is in the early 60s, but it's resolved with peace accords, so no. What countries will be the most comfy to be in for the next 15 years? As a general rule, avoid the superpowers or any country bordering a superpower. Thailand is actually great in the 40s. I'm curious about this as well. How will falling birth rates affect society in the future? Birth rates decline, but this has little effect on society due to advancements in other areas. Population is at 10.4 billion in my time, and is expected to rise alongside a dramatic increase in living standards. Are you white? Racial homogeny is rare in my time. Will Israel get destroyed? Or at least Palestinian will get their rights back? How religion look like in your time? What are the most popular ones? Is there a shift in them? How is the ethnic makeup of the world look like? Palestine is a word confined to the annals of history. What was left of the Arabs residing there were displaced, and the land is now Israel. Europe is now majority Islam, just over 50%. Tell us about how you acquired your machine. I didn't acquire it, however. I am granted access. The GWT is owned and operated by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, in collaboration with the U.S. government. The machine is stationed at an undisclosed base, and there at this time only 2 working models in existence. Your purpose in traveling to 2025? We're given a multitude of tasks, usually. While I choose to not disclose my primary reason for being here, I can tell you that it has little to no effect on your world, though has the potential to benefit ours greatly. Besides that, I have an array of research objectives relating to the historical record, primarily election coverage. What is 4chan like in 2081? Mostly the same. We still view web pages as you do now, though the way we interface with technology is different. You can thank Elon for that. Google has a al/neuro API that most sites use. You don't have to filter out threads you don't like. You just don't see them. What do you see are features of the very different culture here? Well, naturally, meme culture is a lot different. It seems outdated and simplistic to me, though of course it would. Posts seem to focus on race and identity an awful lot more, though the subject matter and general discussion remain the same. The N-word is still used a lot. What part of the world have you arrived in? Europe. I won't specify where. How does typical fashion differ between now and your time? Styles are more muted and conservative. The fashion scene focuses more on tech integration than anything else. There are clothes that change color, regulate temperature, self-clean, dispense medication, and some that work as crude mood rings. Music? It's the same as always, minus or plus a few genres. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is integrated into practically everything and is far more advanced. You can make a crude comparison to something like Jarvis, except ours are called Neuralis and Gemini. There's a few commercial models available and many homebrew alternatives suited to specific tasks. For daily use, however, the Apple and Google artificial intelligence are most frequently used. They integrate and communicate with other compatible devices on the go. So, traffic signals, for example, or your fridge, oven, car, wardrobe, schedule, home security. Really anything you can cram a chip into. What movements in the visual arts have occurred between your time and ours? Frankly, I'm not sure what you mean by this. What year were you born? 2044. When will you be born? 16th of April 2044. How were you selected? I was fortunate enough to be working as an assistant professor at MIT while the machine was being constructed. That as well as serving 2 years in the military and other extracurricular qualifications, got me on the short list. What was your field of study? Physics. Are you paid for the time travel? I'm paid a generous annual salary, not accounting for time spent away, though I'm provided with funds to live with while here. Is your job secret? Do you friends and family know when you are? No. To the contrary, actually. Expeditions are reported on widely. There's an active community of people who go out of their way to find evidence of travelers on the old web, like an Easter egg hunt. Have you tried to interact with your ancestors? There are strict guidelines and rules you have to follow, that being one of them. Why do you not invest money in things you know will make you rich and just enjoy a life of luxury? What's stopping you to do that? Or to write the next bestseller, the next pop music hit, or the next blockbuster scenarios? Because I didn't come here for that. I came here because I wanted to be on the bleeding edge of science and discovery, not to retroactively plagiarize someone else's work. Besides, I'm hardly going to abandon my family, friends, and country to live it up. With a bunch of dead people, do you still use money as we do? Is there still capitalism? Yes, there's capitalism. No paper money, though I'm sure you already saw that coming. Is there some sort of universal basic income in the future? Yes, not globally adopted, though most Western countries employ it in some shape or form. Does artificial intelligence even amount to anything? Does blockchain do? This has been answered above. Are there cryptos I can buy now to guarantee myself a better future? Are they stocks options I can buy now to make money? What would you invest in? Yes, and not telling. I don't know. This seems like the most boring time travel thread I've ever read. It's nothing noteworthy will happen in 50 years, I guess I'll ask about. Chess? People are currently worried that technology will advance to the point where cheating would be unstoppable and the game would be killed. Is it still alive? Unfortunately, the future is oftentimes more boring than you think. You've only yourself to blame. Chess? People still play it online. Artificial intelligence is trained on regular player data and can reliably discern cheaters. How is quantum theory viewed in the future? I'd be happy to write a more detailed answer on this, but to do so extensively would probably need another thread. If you'd like to ask more pointed questions on the matter, though, I'd be happy to answer. In short, by 2081, quantum theory is as foundational and well integrated into everyday science as classical mechanics is today. How is psychology viewed in your time? What are the main accepted current tenets? There are still therapists and psychiatry. People still go to psych wards and suffer from mental illness. Treatment, however, has advanced greatly. I'm not well versed in this area, but I can say that dementia and Alzheimer's have been cured. I know that's something you guys are working on right now. Are there new religions? Yes, though none have gained significant traction enough for me to remember them. It's mainly offshoots of already popular religion, as you have now. What is the question we should be asking? But somehow don't. I try not to arbitrate on matters of meaning or direction. I wouldn't dare try to steal from you your own destiny. Get out there and make it your own. Sorry I couldn't answer your last question. I honestly couldn't think of an answer. Kant, what industries' jobs don't exist yet? There are a lot of jobs that don't exist anymore, not so many new ones. What are the main technologies that change our daily life from now to your time? This one's easy. Artificial intelligence and neural interfaces. Streaming content straight to the brain increases data brain bandwidth exponentially. Using a keyboard and mouse is comparatively laborious. At the moment, however, it's just interfacing. You still need to consume the content. It can't be beamed directly into your memory center. What are the main technologies of entertainment? What do your people do for fun? In terms of conventional entertainment, it's mostly the same. People still golf, go to the movies, bars, etc. Digital entertainment is a world apart, though. Artificial intelligence can construct basically anything you want. Just ask. Game media companies essentially work as data vendors. They sell asset packages and rent IPs. Very few make full-feature games or movies anymore, though some game companies do maintain servers for the most popular online titles. VR is a lot bigger, especially considering you can control inputs using your mind. Would you say the people of the future are smarter or dumber than now? Neither. Is time linear? Or did you create another multiverse track by going back? Short answer is both. History has a built-in temporal inertia. Small disruptions get absorbed by the natural course of time. This is what allows my being here. Time resists change, like a stretched rubber band. Small disturbances create tension, but eventually snap back into place. However, if stretched too far, the band snaps, creating a separate world line. We haven't encountered the latter yet. How many time travelers are with us at the current time, would you estimate? Just me, as far as I know. We only dispatch one person at a time, and there's only 2 functional machines. It's possible that someone from my future could be here also, but I doubt it. Do you guys only go to the past? Yes. It is possible to go into the future, but not without losing the machine as it stands now. Traveling forward presents safety risks, seeing as we don't have a map of the future like we do with the past, though chronal probes will be sent forward sometime in the future. Has anyone from your future came up? I'm not sure what you mean, sorry. Who enforces them? Are you being tracked in any way, shape, or form? Is there a time travel police? The US government largely, since we're on their turf. No time police, just the threat of being fired, prosecuted, and sued into oblivion. No one tracks in me in real time, just retroactively. We're expected to log our activities meticulously. Do people that live off from it live well? Yes, I'd say so. You could afford a modest home and a car. It scales with family size and income history, at least in most states .eu. Is there a stigma to living on the UBI? Yes. Working people are afforded more status. Do people still travel? Is tourism still a thing, by the way? Yes. No change there. Can you stream other senses, all senses? Like, could I be having sex with my characters? Eating with them? No, we're not at full dive yet. You said many neuroconditions have been cured. Does this also include autoimmune disease and health conditions like long COVID? Any more pandemics from this time to your time? No. Autoimmune diseases are no less effective then than they are today to my time. There hasn't been another worldwide epidemic since the COVID-19 scare. Some regional, but none serious enough to stick in my mind. Does anything happen with aliens? Disclosure? Full contact? It turns out that a large percentage of purported UFO sightings from between 2009 to 2034 are in fact military aircraft, specifically the K-32 Wraith. It's initially speculated, then confirmed. That being said, there is no explanation for sightings outside of K-32 test flights. My personal conjecture? We always end up being the aliens, eventually. Does the planet change, like a pole shift? or change in landmass? Number: how are Donald Trump and Elon Musk viewed from a historical perspective in your time? Quite positively. Both are seen as great men of their time, with concessions made when appropriate. OP seems to have done his homework. Watch this be the one time it's true, and no one believes him, LOL. My research, which is quite advanced I might add, shows that it's only possible to travel forward in time, but not to the past. I suspect there's a workaround though. Drop a hint to how it's done. You would surely know. I've already addressed this. Literally every time travel thread would be more interesting if they started with the Metatron descending from heaven, or a monkey tapping on their window, and then telling the story the OP never thinks of beforehand. Here's a simple question. How is retrocausality, the premise of your fiction, somehow not the present? Speed isn't the issue. I'll write more on this tomorrow, but for now I'm going to bed. I'll reply to any more questions in the morning, assuming this thread is still up. I'd rather kill myself than travel 50 years into the past.